Good morning. Welcome to your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We have some active weather out there this morning, and we'll continue to see a chance of active weather with some showers and thunderstorms for the afternoon and evening hours, with a likely chance of heavy rainfall as we move into the overnight time period. Just taking a quick look at our radar this morning. This is our high-res radar looking at some showers moving just off the coastline, just east and northeast of the island, and a little bit farther east from the main base this morning. Continue to see these showers move off to the north and to the east for the next hour or so, and we see some clearing behind that, so we should be seeing a break in the activity across the region as we move into late morning and early afternoon hours. Across the region, last 24 hours, we have temperatures very unseasonably warm for this time of year. 88 degrees in Norfolk, Wallops at 84 degrees, Salisbury 86 degrees. These are about 15 to 20 degrees above normal for this time of year. Overnight lows even more impressive for the time of year. Baltimore, Dover, Salisbury, and Richmond at 73 degrees. Here at Wallops, we are 77 degrees for overnight low. That is about 5 degrees above our normal high temperature for this time of year, and about 25 degrees above our normal low temperature. So just very, very warm for this time of year. But it looks like with the remnants of Michael moving through this evening, we're going to see a change in our weather pattern, and it should be the last day we see 70-degree low temperatures until possibly next spring. Now, looking at our precipitation the last 24 hours, seeing generally light amounts across the region, although Salisbury saw some heavy downpours during the overnight time period with 0.72 inches of rainfall. Here at Wallops, we saw 500s. As of 9 a.m., we are seeing some cloudy to mostly cloudy skies out there, and here at Wallops, we saw light rain at 78 degrees. Looking at our sounding from this morning, we have a freezing level at 14,100 feet. Our winds out of the south at 32 knots at the low levels. Continuing through the column this morning with our winds around 30 to 40 knots, turning more southwesterly as we go up in elevation or altitude. And you can see here at 25,000 feet we see a southwesterly wind at 30 knots. Looking at our vegetation IR band satellite image this morning, you can see the abundance of cloud cover across the region, some higher cloud tops or cooler cloud tops across the central portions of the Delmarva Peninsula, also over just off the coast, over the Atlantic Ocean, and see these showers move continuing off to the northeast. We'll see a possibility of some breaks in the cloud cover. You can see a little bit less cloud cover as we move into central Virginia and northern North Carolina, but continue to move towards our region for the late morning afternoon hours, and that'll allow for us to see our high temperatures in the lower 80s today. Looking at the radar for today, this is a wider scale or a larger image here. You can see the remnants of Michael churning across South Carolina into North Carolina. We just did get put in a tornado watch here at Accomack County for the possibility of tornadoes with the remnants of Michael moving into the region. Going to see this area of rainfall and heavy rainfall continue to move towards the area for the evening hours and the overnight hours, looking like our best chances of seeing that rainfall. Here's our HRRR model for today. You're going to see the shower and thunderstorm activity continue to move off to the north and east for the morning into the early afternoon hours, and we see a possibility of some showers and thunderstorms popping up for the late afternoon hours. And then once we move into the evening hours, you can see here this is 9 o'clock or 2100 local. We can see the showers and thunderstorms starting to rotate in off the coast, and that's going to give us our best chance of possibly seeing any severe storms in the region with this initial band of showers and thunderstorms moving into the area. With the higher shear values associated with the remnants of Michael, we cannot rule out any tornadoes. It is not a likely scenario whatsoever, but with the possibility of the isolated tornadoes, especially south of the Wallops region today and the Tidewater region. That is why they issued the tornado watch. Looking at our prog charts the next few days, here's their Thursday midday planner. You can see Michael continuing to move through North Carolina quickly. We'll see the shower and thunderstorm activity across our region in a scattered to isolated variety. And then we move into the Thursday night time period. We'll see the remnants of Michael in a most likely a post-tropical storm across the Mid-Atlantic region just off our coast, and that's going to provide us with heavy rainfall. Looks like we'll have a several hour time period of heavy rainfall, and we'll see most likely about 2 to 5 inches of rain across the Wallops region with this system. Some locations could see some heavier rainfall, so if you're coming in tomorrow morning, make sure you do watch out for any ponding on the roadways with this heavier rainfall that will occur overnight tonight, and then possibly linger into the early morning hours of Friday, but by dawn we should see some clearing. And then we move into our Friday AM planner. You can see the area low pressure that was Michael continue to move quickly off the north and east. It's going to give us a weak area high pressure building in behind that, clearing out our skies quickly with some gusty northwesterly winds for our Friday morning. One other thing I forgot to mention with Michael, we'll see a period of strong winds behind the system as it moves off the north and east. Most likely from about midnight till 4 a.m. we'll see a possibility of wind gusts up to 55 miles an hour behind the system. And then for our Friday afternoon and our Friday evening, we'll just have very nice conditions, slightly breezy winds, cooler temperatures, less humidity with temperatures in the 60s. And for Saturday, we'll see high pressure overhead, a very nice day overall. A slight chance of a brief sprinkle on Saturday morning into the early afternoon, but that looks like it is about 20% chance of occurring, so only a slight chance of that happening. But we'll be cooler on Saturday with temperatures only peaking out in the 60s. Looking at our risk chart for today, lots of color on this chart as we'll have active weather across the region. Good chance of rainfall this morning, and then we'll see a slight chances of rainfall for the afternoon hours during the early afternoon, and let's move into the late afternoon, early evening, and then to the early portion of the overnight time period of Friday. We'll see likely rainfall across the region, some of that heavy at times with the remnants of Michael moving through. We'll see our winds around 25 knots this afternoon with the gusts. We'll also see our winds increase during the overnight time period, expecting the peak wind, as I mentioned, about midnight to 4 a.m. And possibly just after 4 a.m. With a north-northwest 20 to 30 sustained gust of 48 knots. So that's a 55 mile an hour wind gust. And with those strong winds, it's not the question we could see some trees down, especially with the saturated ground we will have with the heavy rainfall that will occur overnight. The lightning chances look like they will deteriorate for this afternoon and then pick up for the evening and overnight time period with the remnants of Michael moving through. As well as the heavy rainfall, we have a red for that time period from 20 local on Thursday to 4 local on Friday. Looking at our 24-hour terminal forecast, we currently have mostly cloudy skies out there with a ceiling at 9,000 feet. We have a 20% chance of thunderstorms from now till noon, and then afternoon we'll only have a 15% chance, and then increasing our chances once again after 1800 local at 20%. And we'll see those ceilings decrease once we get into that heavy rainfall, looking at ceilings most likely around 500 feet once we do see that heavy rainfall after 2200 local this evening into the overnight time period. And then by Friday at 8 local, we'll just see mostly sunny skies. Our tides are slightly above normal, and looking into Friday into Saturday, Friday we'll see much more quiet weather, mostly sunny to partly cloudy and breezy, less humid and cooler, a high of 69 degrees. We'll have a red for the winds, especially during the morning hours. Friday night we'll have partly to mostly cloudy skies and cooler temperatures. We'll have a slight chance of light rain shower late, more towards the dawn time period, with a low of 49 degrees. And then for Saturday we'll have mostly cloudy to overcast skies, a slight chance of a light rain shower in the morning and early afternoon. Clearing skies by late afternoon evening with a high of 62 degrees. We'll have a yellow for precipitation with that 20% chance of a scattered rain shower. So looking at the next 7 days, we'll have the warmest day today at 82 degrees. We'll see that fall weather really start to move in for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Temperatures in the 60s for highs, overnight lows in the 40s for Friday night and Saturday night. We're going to see our low increase just a bit for our Sunday and Monday, as we'll have a area of low pressure move off to the north and to the east, or the west of the region, and that'll allow us to be in the warm sector of this frontal boundary and frontal system that's going to provide us with temperatures in the mid-70s on Monday, a possibility of a late day shower, but overall Monday should be a decent day. Tuesday looks like we'll have a cold front moving through the region, giving us a chance of some showers, also cooler temperatures in the mid-60s, and then Wednesday looks like we'll have a Canadian high pressure system building into the region. It's going to give us temperatures in the mid-60s with partly cloudy skies and slightly breezy conditions on Wednesday of next week as well. Looking at the latest from Tropical Storm Michael, that was Hurricane Michael, you can see it's continuing to move off out of South Carolina into North Carolina this morning quickly. The National Hurricane Center, the latest update as of 8 a.m., had a central minimum pressure of 986 millibars, maximum sustained winds of 50 miles an hour, moving to the northeast at 21 miles an hour. So Michael is moving very quickly at this time. You can see the her national hurricane track takes it as a tropical storm through the North Carolina region into the tidewater and just off our coastline for the overnight time period. Looking at the tracks or the guidance, you see it's very concentrated in good agreement with the National Hurricane Center track, and you can see the ensemble prediction from the European is in line as well. So it is a very good bet that we will have this system off our coastline tonight, giving us heavy rainfall, some gusty winds. And looking at the latest intensity guidance, you can see it's going to maintain that wind around 50 miles an hour, possibly going up to 55 miles an hour. Maximum sustained winds, as it will have some interaction with with a trough moving in from the west. Well, I hope everybody has a great day today. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 8:15 and at 10 a.m. to give the latest on the weather.